Yeah, hunger, that's one thing. We all are hungry. But do you have the discipline to help that hunger become something? Do you have the strength to believe in yourself throughout the process? Are you willing to sacrifice? I'm asking you all these questions because this is what you need to ask yourself in the mirror before you go to sleep, when you wake up throughout the day. Man, I got this hunger. What am I going to do with it? Am I going to take my shot? Am I going to take that risk? Am I going to start betting on myself, or will I let it just be a dream? Don't let it just be a dream.
You said, baby, don't be mad, you know how pretty it is. Open your mouth, you speak good to me.
What's good, YouTube family? It's your boy Malik here again with another video for y'all on Leaks Legacy. You know what I'm saying? If you've been here before, thank you for viewing again. If you haven't been here before, welcome to the family. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you want more content about self-improvement and just my life and, you know, things that can make you better. And so today's topic, as you can see from the title, you got to stay hungry. You know what I mean? What is hunger? You know what I'm saying? And so I want to start this off by saying, look, man, hunger, it takes different things, you know what I'm saying? But when I say hunger, I mean you have that passion, you have that drive in your heart to want to do good. And that's beautiful. That's the starting point. However, you got to fuel that hunger. You got to put that hunger in place with different things such as discipline, such as sacrifice, such as you choosing your time wisely, your mindset. All that plays in the hunger. So look, I want to first start off by saying, look, man, everybody in this world got something they want to achieve. Everybody in this world got something they believe in. Everybody in this world got something they're striving for. And, you know, it's different for every single person, but every single person doesn't have that hunger to get there. A lot of these people, they let their dreams stay dreams. You know, at one point, I was a person who just let my dreams stay dreams. I don't want to be that person no more. You know what I mean? I'm not that person no more. I don't want y'all to be that people. You know what I mean? I don't want y'all to be 30, 40, questioning like, damn, why didn't I take that risk? Or damn, why didn't I start that business? Or damn, why did I make that YouTube video? Or damn, why didn't I talk to that girl? You know what I mean? Hunger goes in all different areas of life. So it's like, look, bro, I want y'all to know, man, if you hungry, if you really want it, man, just work for that shit, bro. Work for that shit. And so that's where the first part of this is going to start. Is like, look, man, if you really are hungry for the things you want, for these dreams that you dream, you got to actually push yourself to get there. Whether that's taking overtimes at work, whether that's even getting a fucking job at first, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's freaking studying so that you can pass that exam. Whether it's starting to go to the gym so you can look nice, so you can get the women you want, or you can have the body you want. You know what I mean? It's not always about women, but it's so that you can have the body you want. Whether it's, hey, man, I'm going to read a book 10 pages a day so that you can start getting that mindset, talking positive to yourself. You got to fuel that hunger. Hunger, it's going to be there, but unless you fuel it and give it gas every day, it ain't going to go nowhere. You know what I mean? It's just going to stay a dream. So I'm going to have a little personal part of this, you know what I mean? It's Leaks Legacy, so I speak about things in my life. I want y'all to know, man, I've been hungry. And I've been fighting my hunger for a minute now. You know what I'm saying? I've been thinking about things I can do, all these dreams, and y'all my family, so I'm going to spit some of them to you. But first off, when it comes to the money, you know, I feel like for me, the past 6 years, like ever since I've been 18, from 18 to like 23, man, I've been dreaming. I was a dreamer, but I ain't really put that dream into action. You know what I'm saying? I used to not think about money like that. You know, I used to think, oh, I really don't need it. I'm cool. That was some bullshit thinking, some silver spoon thinking. Now I'm realizing you gotta work for everything you want in this life. I ain't gonna lie, I grew up in the suburbs. I'm not a hood nigga. I didn't grow up there. So I kind of had it a little bit better. But that being said, it was kind of a downfall for me because I didn't see how hard you gotta grind to get the things you want. Not saying I had everything handed to me, but I'm saying I didn't see how hard it is out here. You know what I mean? How hard it can be. And I'm just now realizing that. So it's like, yo, financially, that hunger, you got to have it. You got to want to, you know, get that money. You got to want to take those overtimes. You got to want to be that man, you know what I'm saying? Or woman, whatever you are. All right. And then another part, personally, when it comes to the when it comes to the hunger, not just financially, but just with my dreams, YouTube shit. You know what I'm saying? This was a thought for a while. You know, I always wanted to kind of do YouTube. I wanted to get behind the camera. In my personal opinion, I don't really care about how many people watch or all that stuff. You know what I mean? It'd be nice to get a couple thousand, but in my mind, it's like, yo, this is just a beautiful hobby I like to do. You know what I mean? I like sharing my story. I like helping people out. And it's also helping myself, you know what I mean? So as people join the tribe, people decide to watch, then that's cool. But this started as a dream, and I had to have the hunger to be like, all right, let me actually get a camera stand. Let me actually put the phone on there and start making these videos. Let me actually plot what I'm going to talk about. Let me actually get comfortable behind the camera. You know what I'm saying? I had to have that hunger, but also I'm going to get to this, that discipline and that work ethic to get there. You know what I'm saying? To actually start making these videos on a daily basis or on a weekly basis and be able to provide people with good content and also provide myself with some heartwarming and some really motivation behind the camera. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, there's that. I had hunger, and I still have hunger when it comes to women. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to bag, you know, a bunch of girls. Nah, that's not the case. But I got the hunger of becoming a husband one day, becoming a beautiful father one day, you know what I mean? And having an amazing wife. And with that, I feel like personally what I've been learning lately is that you can't get those things, the woman, you know, the kid, the house, without having yourself right first. You know what I'm saying? The beautiful women, the smart women, you know what I mean? That only comes when you're really doing good for yourself. You know what I mean? And like, unless you're rich as hell right now, you got women coming at you left and right, it ain't easy out here in these streets to find a beautiful wife, somebody who actually wants the best for you, somebody who takes you at the level you're at. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm trying to say when it comes to women is, yo, like, I got a hunger for finding the perfect one. You know what I'm saying? To find the one that's actually gonna love me and actually grow with me. You know what I mean? You could love somebody, but is you gonna grow with them for real? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but what I'm getting to next, right? When it comes to hunger, is that hunger, what people don't talk about is them nights where you alone and it's just you and your dreams. Thinking to the sky, thinking to God, like, man, will I make it happen? Nobody talks about them nights. Nobody talks about the nights where, man, you just want to quit. You're tired. You don't want to do it no more. But you decide, I'm going to persevere. I'm going to keep going. Nobody talks about them nights. Nobody talks about the times where you feel like you can't make it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, the quitting nights, but you can't make it in the sense that you're not good enough for it. You don't believe in yourself. I've had plenty of nights like this, man. Plenty of nights where I'm like, man, I can't do this YouTube shit. Nobody want to listen to me. Or, man, yeah, I like this job, but they going to get rid of me. I'm not that good at it. You got to change your mindset. You got to change your mindset to be like, nah, I can do this. I will do this. I am made for this. I am destined for this. God put this thing in my heart and my mind because he believes that I am possible. I am able. There we go. I am able to do it. You know what I'm saying? God didn't just put these thoughts, these dreams into your mind just because. He put it in there because he believes you can make a difference in this section of life. And that doesn't mean you're going to be the richest person. Like when it comes to YouTube shit, that doesn't mean I'm going to have 1 million subscribers and nothing like that. I might have a couple hundred. I might have a couple thousand, in a couple years. But those couple hundred, those couple thousand people watching, I'm impacting them. I'm impacting my own life because I'm being open, with people online who I don't even know. But it's making me feel like I'm an open book. It's making me feel like I'm getting shit off my chest. It makes me feel like I'm helping people. You feel me? Going to this job every single day, grinding. I work the night shift now, overnight. I come home, nobody's awake. It's just me. That shit, that stacks up. Over time, that hunger builds. That hunger builds, man, over time. And you start thinking to yourself, hey, maybe I actually can do it. You start to change your mindset. God put it on your heart for a reason. God put you in this position for a reason. That's what I've been telling myself lately. God put you in this position for a reason. You ain't just get this job just cause. God said, man, I got something for you and it's good. I'm going to give it to you. You're going to work at it and you're going to become a better man. And I'm grateful for it, man. I made a video based off of gratefulness and gratitude, should I say, earlier this month. And I'm grateful for this job. If y'all haven't watched that video, go check it out. But yeah, man. So another thing about hunger. Like I said, people don't know the nights, the bad nights. But at the same time, when it comes to hunger, a lot of people don't know the good parts. And you know why they don't know the good parts? Because they didn't give themselves enough time to get to it. That's one thing. Another personal, I almost quit this job, man, because I was sick of working every day. Thought they worked me too much. But I didn't allow myself to get to the good points to where I'm like, hey, man, this is worth it. There's a good part of hunger, too. Yes, there's some bad nights, but there's a good part of hunger, too. When you start seeing everything work out. When you start looking at that bank account and it's looking good. When you start looking at yourself after going to the gym for a couple months and you're like, man, I'm kind of cut. Or, man, I lost weight. When you start looking at your Instagram posts and it's getting more likes, you seeing more girls start to follow you. And you're like, all right, now I got a little bit of options. Man, who's my wifey? You start feeling like you the man. And it's not no cocky shit. It's not no arrogant shit. It's confidence. Them good nights, the hunger, you start feeding that hunger. You start putting a little gas in that hunger, like a car. It's going to start running a little smoother. You can be like, man, okay, I like this. And that hunger just going to grow. The hunger going to grow. So yeah, there's going to be bad nights. But man, there's going to be some good nights too. And you got to stick in it. You got to stick with it long enough so that you can see those good nights. I'm still in the beginning of my journey. I'm going to say that until the end of this year. I'm still in the beginning of my journey. But man, I'm starting to see the good nights. I'm starting to see the good thoughts that go through my head, the things that I can do possibly in the future. If I keep on grinding as hard as I am now, you start to see the good of hunger. Man, it's a beautiful thing. So yeah, man, I just want to reiterate, look, man, you got to have growth over comfort. All right? You got to have growth over comfort. You got to realize that comfort zone is just going to hold you back. And I ain't saying you can't have off days. I'm not saying that you can't treat yourself sometimes, but you got to have that thought of, man, I want to get better more than I want to relax. I got to get better more than I want to relax. You got to cut out distractions. This is how you feed the hunger, guys. So listen to me. You got to cut out distractions. Yes, you might have, like for me, I can relate this. When it came to weed, that was my distraction. Had to cut it off. You know what I'm saying? Gotta have a clear mind when I'm doing this. And everybody, you know what I mean? Everybody different. But for me, I had to cut it off. Sometimes you gotta cut off the women that you're talking to. Not saying all women are bad, not at all. But you have some women that you know is a distraction. You know, and when I say distraction women, they don't help you become a better person. You have those women out there. I know I have a woman out there who helps me become a better person. You know what I'm saying? They put a little bit of fuel into your tank because they believe in you. They see your dreams, at least a little bit. But the women that, you know, it's just for sex. The women that they calling your phone 24/7. The women that it's just drama, distraction. Another distraction is yourself. It's yourself. Them bad thoughts. All them things that come into your mind saying, I can't do this, I can't do that. A distraction. You need to change your thoughts and make them positive. Change the way you talk to yourself. And you'll see a big difference. And finally, I want to say you got to trust your own vision. You got to trust your own vision. Because I like the saying is, if you don't believe yourself, nobody going to believe you. You feel me? So if you don't believe in your vision, ain't nobody else going to believe it. You got to be the first one to believe in yourself. You got to be your first and only biggest fan. All right? I know for my visions, man, at first they were just thoughts. And now it's like, man, these things are actually coming into fruition. And it's beautiful. And when they start to come into fruition, other people see like, oh, man, like, look at Malik. Look what he doing. Look at so-and-so and look what they doing. People start to believe in it. But at first, ain't nobody going to see it. Yeah, your friends might see it, you know what I mean? You might have 2 or 3 people that like, oh yeah, that's cool. But the first person who really needs to see it is the man or the woman in the mirror. The person I'm talking to right now, you watching this video, you have to see it first. You feel me? And when you see it first, man, everything go up from there. When you believe it first, everything go up from there. When you start putting action towards it, everything go up from there. Real shit. Real shit. So nah, man, hunger. And I wanted to also touch on, I had this one video earlier. This is going to be a somewhat long video. I was passionate about this topic. I really wanted to speak on it, but I had this video earlier, like maybe like the 13th video I ever made, talking about there is no perfect time. And that's the truth. And I want to reiterate that there is no perfect time. There is no perfect time to start. There's no perfect time to stop. And when it comes to hunger, look, man, you can't wait. You can't sit back and wait for the perfect moment and be like, now I'll start YouTube. Or, now I'll go find a better job. Or, now I'll quit weed, alcohol, drugs so I can feel better and start going better. Nah, man, you gotta start now. And I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but the longer you wait, the worse the situation gonna get. The longer you wait, the longer it's gonna take for you to get there, to where your dreams are. Fuck that shit. Start now, bro. Start now, bro. I'm telling you. Because when you start now and you start getting that focus in, you start getting that motivation, that discipline, that dedication, that work ethic, and you start rolling with it, yeah, it might be hard at first. Like I said, hunger got them bad nights, them nights where you don't want to do it. But I'm telling you, 2 months, 3 months, a year, 2 years, you're going to see them good days, and them good days going to outweigh the bad. And you'll be like, man, I'm happy as hell that I started this. I'm happy as hell that I started this. So look, man, another part that I wanted to talk about from a personal standpoint is how I can relate this to my life. I've been hungry, man. You know, it's Leek's legacy, so I'm always going to bring a little piece of my life into this. I've been hungry, man. I've been thinking about all the things I can do with the little bit of money I've been getting from this job. I bought a car a couple months back. That was something I haven't had in a couple years. That was a blessing. Now I'm thinking about houses, apartments. Where am I going to stay next? And once I get the money stacked, I'm hungry for it. And I'm going to keep on working until I get to that point. I can make that decision of moving out. You know, I've been thinking about one personal thing for me, goal-wise, was becoming like a coach. I was in college, you know, just last year in school to be a teacher. I wanted to be a gym teacher and a coach. You know what I'm saying? And so when college really didn't work out and I had to leave, I'm like, all right, what can I do to still fulfill this passion of mine? You know what I mean? I might not be able to be a teacher, but how can I be a coach? Luckily for me, you know, I knew some of the right people, started talking, and now starting next week, I'm about to be helping out at my old high school. You know what I'm saying? Coaching some, you know, high schoolers on track and how to run. You know what I'm saying? For people that don't know me, I was captain of track team my senior year. I love the sport. You know what I mean? Injuries kind of prevented me from going to the next level. But I know I have some knowledge and I have that passion to make kids better. Because for me, it isn't about track. It ain't about records. It's about building people up, if that makes sense. Building people's mindsets, building people's work ethic, building their strength and courage and confidence in themselves. That's what I want to coach for. And that hunger for it is still growing. It's been growing. And to know I have an opportunity to put that hunger out there, put my passion out there and really help these people and gain relationships, man, that feels so good. I can't wait to start. And then I have hunger for the women, like I said earlier. You know what I mean? I believe if I keep growing myself, if I keep doing the things I need to do, a beautiful woman will come into my life. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not doing it for a woman, not at all. I'm doing it for myself, because that's the last thing. I'm hungry to see my future self. I am so hungry to see who I can become. I've been down bad, so bad for the last 5 years, going through my depression, my bipolar disorder, my struggles, money struggles, all that. And now I see God put me in a position to where money, I ain't really got to worry about it too much. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to loving myself, it's easier now. I'm starting to understand myself. Like Lethal Shooter says, I understand it now. I'm starting to understand myself a little bit. And so I'm blessed to be in this position. I'm blessed to even talk to y'all right now. Because at one point, for people that knew and watched my bipolar disorder video, if you haven't, go check it out in my videos. But at one point, I wasn't even sane enough to freaking live. And now I'm living lavishly. And living lavishly don't mean fucking a Rolls Royce or a mansion. It means being gold in the mine. That's what living lavishly, I can't speak. That's what living lavishly means to me. Being sane in the membrane and having things going your way out here in the world. So nah, man. I just wanted to end it, because I'm going to end it now. It's about to hit 20 minutes. I want to end this by saying, yo, what are you hungry for? What is something or some things that you really want in this life? Then I got another question for y'all. What are you willing to do to get there? Are you willing to cut off the distractions? Are you willing to start talking positive to yourself and believing in yourself? Are you willing to believe? Are you willing to believe? Are you willing to change? It takes a lot. Yeah, hunger, that's one thing. We all are hungry. But do you have the discipline to help that hunger become something? Do you have the strength to believe in yourself throughout the process? Are you willing to sacrifice? I'm asking you all these questions because this is what you need to ask yourself in the mirror before you go to sleep, when you wake up throughout the day. Man, I got this hunger. What am I going to do with it? Am I going to take my shot? Am I going to take that risk? Am I going to start betting on myself, or will I let it just be a dream? Don't let it just be a dream. All right? If you're a part of this tribe, if you're a part of Leak's legacy, you ain't just going to let your dreams be dreams. You're going to chase them shits. Because over here, on my side, man, we just trying to be better people. We just trying to grow each and every day. And we ain't perfect. I ain't perfect. I know that. Just like you know you ain't perfect either. But that doesn't mean we can't strive for greatness. We can't want success in our lives. We can't want to do better. Become better. So yeah, man. That's all I got for y'all today. Until next time on Leak's Legacy, man. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button if you fuck with this video. I love y'all. I'm out. Peace.